Welcome to another episode of What is Hashimoto's with Dr. Martin Rutherford. To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimoto's.com. And now, here's Dr. Rutherford.
Okay, today we're going to talk about a very, very popular one that we get a lot of questions on. In fact, we get so many questions that we might be doing this for the next 365 days on Hashimoto's. But yeah, Hashimoto's and flare-ups. It's funny because that's so, like duh. Yeah, of course you get flare-ups when you get Hashimoto's. Oh, you didn't know that. So essentially, Hashimoto's is it's an autoimmune problem. Any autoimmune problem that you have, I don't care whether it's rheumatoid arthritis or whether it's lupus or Sjogren's, you get flare-ups. You get flare-ups. You get stressed, you get a flare-up. You eat food you don't know about, you get a flare-up. In the end, it's an autoimmune problem. I have to keep bringing you back to it's an autoimmune problem. It's an autoimmune problem. It's an autoimmune problem. Yes, I know, but I'm going to my endocrinologist. It's an autoimmune problem. So in my world, if I really break it down, despite like what must be 1,000 hours online that we have now or something like that, treating autoimmunity is about putting that person into remission. You have heart palpitations, anxiety, panic attacks. You're getting night sweats, and then you go into fatigue, and the idea is to put that person in remission so that those symptoms don't come about. You're going to dampen the stresses that are in the system there. You're going to fill in the nutrients that are deficit. You're going to find out what toxins are triggering that. So you're looking for the triggers. So in autoimmunity, you have an immune system that's attacking you. The goal of the practitioner, whether it's medical or whether it's alternative, is to stop that, put you in remission. And then the goal is to keep you in remission. Some people are easier than others. Some people have more flare-ups. Some people have less. It just depends on the severity of their attacks, how long they've had them, how low their threshold is for being attacked. But my goal, when you come in here, is like, okay, you have an autoimmune problem. We're going to look for all of the triggers because the cause is long gone. Okay, you have a genetic problem, you have that, you've had an initial trigger, you have that, but we're looking for the present day triggers, and any one of those triggers can cause a flare-up. Bad day can cause a flare-up. If you have Hashimoto's, and depending on how severe it is, you might have a metabolic capacity of, I can only do like 5 things in a day, and if you do the 6th thing, you crash. That's a flare-up. What are you flaring up? You're flaring up inflammation. What is inflammation doing? It's flaring up the immune response. What's the immune response going? It's hitting your thyroid. What's the thyroid going? Anxiety, panic attacks, and night sweats, and insomnia, and heart palpitations, and stuff like that. So the whole protocol is funny because when I first started doing Hashimoto's years ago, it was like, you got a supplement for Hashimoto's? I would spend like 30 minutes explaining this to people, and they would go, I don't want to do all that. I just want a supplement for Hashimoto's. Well, it doesn't exist. So this is what exists. So you got to find a person's triggers. You got to find out if they get a bad gut. Because that's where the immune system is. You got to find out if they have food sensitivities. They have mucosal tolerances. They have lack of hydrochloric acid. What do they have? They have SIBO. Are they stressed? I just had a talk with a gal this morning who's got to figure out what to do with her mom because mom's stressing her out. And and every time they talk on the phone, she ends up in a massive Hashimoto's flare from the stress. Okay, she takes her stuff and she gets the anxiety down and she feels better. So flare-ups are, my goal for when a patient's better is for them to not have any flare-ups. That's the ambitious goal. Or if they have a flare-up, have them be the minimum that they can be, and to know why they had the flare-up. Oh, let's say I had a flare-up. What did I do? Oh, I did 10 things today instead of doing 6. Okay, or I overexercised, or I ate, or I chatted. This same person's on the phone telling me, well, I do cheat sometime. I did have some, like a cupcake just about an hour ago. I'm like, that's going to cause a flare-up. So yeah, so Hashimoto's and flare-ups, that's really it in a nutshell. You have an autoimmune problem. All autoimmune problems are going to flare. They're going to exacerbate and remit. We want to dampen. You want to dampen the exacerbations. To do that, you have to figure out what in the whole immune world causes your exacerbation versus your sister's exacerbation or your brother's exacerbation, and that's kind of like the Cliff Notes exacerbation, flare-up, Hashimoto's topic in a nutshell. So I hope that helps you to understand your flare-ups a lot better.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of What is Hashimoto's? To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com.